Hello, Epic Fails. The Black is back with another week's review of Smackdown. Just one announcement before I get started. In the next couple weeks, I'm probably going to be changing up how I do my Smackdown reviews because I now have a flag, a flag on my channel, probably from my Mon-Mons. So one thing that's going to be changing is that if you want to see the Match of the Night montage, there'll be a link in the description box. You can go there and you can watch my Match of the Night montages exclusively on WrestlingRevolution.com. They will be directly uploaded there. That's the only place you can see them. I've also been sick for the past 2 weeks, as you heard last week when I was bitching and moaning. So, I thank you for your patience. Anyway, and I also now can only do 15-minute reviews, so I have to get through this pretty quick. But that's also going to be somewhat of a change in the next couple weeks. I'm changing the format a little bit. Alright, so I'd like to thank my new subscribers, the YWC Show, and SHC, I'm sorry, my E's and C's sometimes look the same, 1993. I'd like to thank people who left comments on my video last week, Classic 1333, the Zamario, the Wrestling Show, the YWC Show, and the John WWE. And, alright, let's jump into Smackdown.
Get ready for the Smackdown! Get ready for the Smackdown! Gonna react when you're putting your back back, 'cause there's no turning back when you're facing the Smackdown.
This week's Smackdown is in Little Rock, Arkansas. We jump right into the first match of the night, which is Booker T versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship. Believe it or not, I gave this a 4 out of 5 Black Rangers. This match was actually really good. I thought that this match lived up to the expectation. I've never been a fan of Booker T's commentary. However, I do like Booker T's wrestling ability. He can still go in the ring, and this match proves it. So Booker needs to stay in part-time competition. I don't like him on commentary, but I like him in the ring still. He actually can still go, in my opinion. So, in the end, Cody Rhodes kicks out of a scissors kick, which is, of course, Booker T's stupid finisher. I think the bookend is a better finisher than the scissors kick. But he kicks out of that, and then he ducks not an axe kick. It's like one of those side leg thingies where, Booker T jumps up a leg lariat. And jumps off the adjacent rope and hits a beautiful disaster on Booker T for the win. So Cody Rhodes retains the IC title and Booker T sad. Backstage, we have a segment with Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. Dustin just basically congratulates him on winning his match and beating one of the all-time greats, and Cody says, I'm going to be better than all of the Rhodes put together, so whatever. Another backstage segment with Zack Ryder and Teddy Long. Zack says that he's too busy now to be the assistant general manager to SmackDown. Drew McIntyre comes in and Santino comes in, and a match is set up for tonight with them. And then Oksana comes in at the end. I'm so sick of this stupid thing. Backstage is AJ and Alicia Fox talking about Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan comes in and says, hey, I've got this made, been an underdog, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares, really. He kisses AJ on the forehead, which I envy him, because AJ's hot, and he walks off. Second match tonight, Hornswoggle versus Heath Slater in an over-the-top rope battle royale. Really? I gave it 0 out of 5 off of 5. I took a piss. All I know is that somehow Hornswoggle won. I think he pulled Slater by his hair over the top rope to the outside. Afterwards, Slater was going to beat down Hornswoggle until Justin Gabriel came out and made the save, which I'm not exactly sure I like this because I was kind of hoping that Justin Gabriel would go for the Intercontinental title against Cody Rhodes now that Cody's pretty much done with Booker. I don't know. I mean, I know they're building towards Goldust versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the IC title, which is okay, but I don't know. I was just kind of hoping that they would try to give Gabriel an IC title run. Third match tonight, Ted DiBiase versus Hunico. I gave this 3 out of 5 Yellow Rangers. Pretty good undercard match. In the end, Hunico used a nice submission/pinning maneuver. It looked like it was going to be a submission, but then it went into a pinning maneuver for the 3. So next, we have an in-ring segment with Wade Barrett, and he reminds us what happened last week to Randy Orton. Sheamus comes out, and he talks about the Rumble, about winning the Rumble. Jinder Mahal comes out and slaps Sheamus. Sheamus starts beating down on Mahal. And then Wade Barrett, and there's a lot of exchanges here. I mean, Sheamus has the upper hand for a little bit, and then, of course, the double team tactics work. And then Barrett puts him down. puts Sheamus down. I want to say with the Scrap Buster. I don't really honestly remember. It was yesterday. And then afterward, Mahal put Sheamus in a camel clutch submission hold. So now apparently Sheamus and Jinder Mahal are feuding, which is okay, but Sheamus really needs to be moving into the world title picture, honestly. And the fourth match of the night, Santino versus Drew McIntyre. I gave this 1 out of 5 Red Rangers. This was not that great of a match. Santino's comical, I will give him that, but never really a good match with him. And Drew McIntyre needs to be used much differently. In the end, Drew McIntyre hit his head on the turnbuckle post, and then Santino hit a Cobra and pinned him. So now, next week, if Drew McIntyre does not win, he's probably going to get fired, which, I don't know. I mean, I like Drew McIntyre. I think he's great in the ring, but I don't like the whole story of Teddy and Drew that they're picking up with again. Another backstage segment with Drew and Teddy. Of course, Drew was complaining about his loss, and Teddy said that one more loss and he'll be gone, which is what I just said. Sorry. Alright, so fifth match of the night, which is Air Boom versus Epico and Primo. 3 out of 5 White Rangers. This was actually a good, fast-paced tag team match. In the end, Evan Bourne went for a shooting star press, but Epico pulled Primo out of the way, so Evan Bourne caught nothing but air and went boom. Anyway, and then Primo pinned him for the win, which I thought was a great ending. So I thought this was a decent tag team match. So hopefully Epico and Primo will get another tag team title shot. Kind of hoping the Usos will get in on that too. Another backstage segment with Big Show and Daniel Bryan, and they have a confrontation. It's just basically saying, you know, they're building towards one of them becoming heel, and I think they're trying not to let us know who. Sixth match of the night, which is Natalya versus Tamina. I was very gracious and gave this a 1 out of 5 Pink Rangers. This was okay. These two wrestlers proved in the short amount of time they have that they can wrestle. However, they just kind of didn't. And, you know, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, they proved that they could wrestle, but they didn't get enough time. So Natalya went for the sharpshooter. Tamina reversed it, and in the end, Tamina got a Snuka splash off and pinned Natalya, which again I'm pissed off about. Honestly, I almost hope that Natalya leaves, like Gail Kim, and goes to TNA, because as much crap as TNA is, their women's division is decent. Seventh match of the night, which is the Big Show versus Daniel Bryan. I gave this 2 out of 5 Green Rangers. This was a world title match, obviously, and Mark Henry was on commentary. This was actually, for a while, this was a good big man versus underdog match. Like, these two guys are actually working really well together. However, in the end, the Big Show, Bryan got a front chancery on the Big Show, which worked him down to his knees, and then Daniel Bryan was able to lock in the LaBelle lock, and of course, the Big Show being as big as he is, he powered out of it. However, when Daniel Bryan went outside the ring, he went up and he started getting in Mark Henry's face, which Mark Henry shoved Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan asked for, you know, for the disqualification. So they're doing the whole, you know, cheap heel thing for Daniel Bryan, which is like, really, you're gonna do that for Daniel Bryan, one of the best wrestlers in the business? The next Chris Benoit. I said it. You know, I don't like the way this is heading, and I know Zamario's already said, and I haven't seen his video, but I know on Skype he said that he likes the way this is going, and I don't like the way this is going. I think that Daniel Bryan and Big Show need to stay faces and move on to 2 separate feuds, because I just don't like, I don't know, Daniel Bryan's worked really hard, and I think he can pull it off as a face, just like Chris Benoit did. So, alright, so afterward, Daniel Bryan celebrates, and I am confused because I have no idea what the WWE and Smackdown is doing. What I give the night as a whole, I gave it 2 out of 5. Well, no. See, I kind of put 1 or 2 on here, and I hadn't decided at that point. I'm going to have to give it a 1 out of 5, because tonight was not impressive whatsoever. There were too many promos. The only good match was the opening match, and the last match would have been good, but the ending sucked. Really bad. So, anyway, I don't know how much time I've used, but if you want to go to click the link at the very top of the description box and put it right there. It'll be for the Match of the Night montage, which is going to be Booker T versus Cody Rhodes. It's exclusive on WrestlingRevolution.com. All you have to do is click the link and push play on the player, and you will see our this week's Match of the Night montage. I'm Bobby Black from WrestlingRevolution.com. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed.